open this meeting. That's all I have to say.
Oh, we have to say the pledge.
Very good.
Yeah, we have to say the pledge.
I don't think.
You don't have to. Brian doesn't usually do it, only on the main meetings,
Yeah.
but if you want to, you
Okay.
certainly can.
I don't care.
It's up to you, Deputy Supervisor.
Interim supervisor.
Interim,
Interim
sorry.
Supervisor, please. We're not going to pledge because we're not going to. We're
Okay.
just going to-
Right.
So, yeah, so the meeting is basically to vote on passing this resolution for the application of the TAP grant. And Janine, you're the one, you and Brian worked with it.
Right, so I think that everybody is kind of up to speed about it based on, the public forum that we had. And we had to rework, Ray actually reworked the numbers. And Ray, did you hear from Ray whether he was coming or not or calling in? Okay. I don't think it's necessary.
I think we should have probably mentioned that people are going to notice if anybody is watching that Brian Walsh is not here tonight.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Last minute unable to attend for personal reasons. We'll leave it at that. And the meeting goes on as normal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so, Councilwoman Birdsell
That's all I
will be
see.
running the meeting.
Yes.
So anyway, I think that, most of the information was covered in the public meeting forum that we had. We did have to rework the budget, which Ray did. And so that we could come up with a lower number. So now the estimated project cost is $3,949,121. And so that means that the match, the local match would be approximately $789,821. And so once we pass this resolution, that means if we are awarded the grant, then the town is committed to following through on the grant with a contract and coming up with the required local match. And when we talked about how will we come up with the local match, Brian said that it would be bonded. Probably, and he said probably over the maximum number of years that it could be. So that's that.
All right.
And we do have, I want to share with everybody that we did get a lot of letters of support sent in from local people and local businesses, and also from Dee Dee Barrett's office and Chris Drago's office. I'm unsure whether we got anything from Michelle Hinchy's office yet or from Sue Serino's office. But I think we're pretty good in terms of letters of support and community support.
Madeline, do we have a number for the resolution?
No, we don't number them.
Okay, all right.
I only do the fiscal local ones.
Is there anything else we need to do? I'll make a motion.
Do you want me to read it?
Yes, please.
please.
All right. So, this is to authorize the submission of the application for the New York State DOT Transportation Alternative Program Grant for pedestrian improvements within the hamlet of Pine Plains, and authorizing the town supervisor to execute all required documentation. Whereas the town of Pine Plains seeks to construct pedestrian improvements, including the replacing of existing sections of concrete sidewalks along the sections of North Main Street, Church Street, East Church Street, and South Main Street, along with the pedestrian lighting crosswalks limited to storm drainage and associated infrastructure. And whereas the State of New York Department of Transportation administers the Transportation Alternative Program, which provides federal funding for pedestrian infrastructure projects. And whereas the TAP grant program requires a local match of 20% of the total eligibility project cost. And whereas the estimated total eligibility cost of the pedestrian improvements is approximately $3,949,121, with the required local match of approximately $789,821. And whereas the town board has determined that the submission of the TAP grant application in the public interest will advance the health, safety, and welfare of residents of the town of Pine Plains by providing safe pedestrian access and connectivity. Now therefore be resolved that the town board of the town of Pine Plains hereby authorizes the submission of the application to the New York State DOT for the Transportation Alternatives Program Grant for pedestrian improvements, including the replacement of existing sections of concrete sidewalks along sections of Church Street, East Church Street, and South Main Street, along with the pedestrian lighting crosswalks limited to new storm drainage improvements and associated infrastructure at a total eligible project cost of $3,949,121. And be further that it resolved that the town of Pine Plains is committed to funding the required 20% local match totaling approximately $789,821, which shall come from the insurance of serial bonds of the town of Pine Plains. And be further that the town supervisor is hereby authorized to execute all required application documentation, certifications, assurances, and grant agreements in connection with the TAP grant application. And if awarded, the administration of the grant, and be further resolved that the town supervisors further authorized to execute any amendments, extensions, or supplementary agreements as may be required by the New York State DOT in connection with the grant, subject to review and approval by the town attorney. And be further that it was resolved this resolution shall take effect immediately. Motioned by,
I will make a motion to,
May I have a motion to accept this resolution?
I make a motion to accept this resolution in its entirety.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
You need to do roll call.
who doesn't have it on here?
Okay.
Excellent. So that concludes all of that business.
That does, and now we will move into executive session.
I make a motion that we go into executive session to discuss matters surrounding Flock and the issues that have come up with that and information that we recently received. We need to review it and figure out where we're gonna go from here.
Anyone second that?
Second,
All in favor?
Aye. All right,
and then I make a motion to adjourn the meeting. There won't be any decision making in executive session. I make a motion to adjourn the meeting after the executive
moved.
session.
We have to come back to regular session, so that's the first thing, and then you have to adjourn.
I do?
oh yeah, so make a motion,
Yeah.
I make a motion to
Okay.
come back to regular session after executive session. And,
I second that motion.
okay, aye.
No, I make a motion to adjourn after that.
I second that motion.
Aye.
Aye.